Okay, so they come back with Zariah and Troy, and they wake up the next morning. Troy slept on the couch with his mom, and Zariah slept in the room. But when Troy's mom woke up, she basically was giving him a speech on how he demanded a house, and he need to take over. Like, don't be letting her put you on the couch. And Zariah can hear her in the room, like, you know what I mean? But he basically is like, he learned in jail, like, when his wife needs space, he just give his wife the space that she needs. But then he did go in there, and he did ask her, "Can I come in?" And they start talking, and it was just like, "Don't let nobody come in between their relationship." You know what I mean? They marry, He gave her a little pep talk. She was like, "You know what, boo, you right. Let's go to church." So they get ready to go to church, and his mom is like acting a fool, talking about how she ain't got no underwear on, how the church gonna set fire when she walk in, how she done took two gummies before, and they about to go in. So Zariah's just like, "Oh my god," because her daddy is a pastor, so and she can't control his mama, so I can't. And then they went over to Kim and Joey's still out just riding, and we still don't know where he's going. I'm like, where is he going? But Kim is still at the house, shocked. She's like, she did not expect him to leave, which I didn't expect him to leave either. So I'm kind of shocked too. I'm like, where is he going? But he in the car basically telling us how he started doing drugs or selling drugs when he was like 15, and how he don't really, well, he used to not really care about relationships. Like the heroin was his girlfriend, so he didn't really care about none of that. And how being in the house with Kim was like overstimulating him being with the boys, because the boys running around everywhere and like doing, like, it was just a lot. So I think he just like driving just to like calm down, but then it feel like he going somewhere. So I'm kind of confused. I don't know. But then he was upset. He said that he really started being like bad in drugs because his best friend died. He was like racing down the street and like hit a pole, and I guess he died like instantly from that. And nobody ever taught him how to deal with like grief, which is a lot of, if you really look into it and like talk to the prisoners and like watch the shows, that's a reason why a lot of people go to jails, because something like traumatic happened and they were like grieving, they didn't know how to deal with it, so they just start like acting out. But like, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, that was it. So they come back with Letitia and Keith, and Letitia, she's stressed, so she gonna meet her friend to go have a drink and basically, talk about what's going on in her life. And then we get, my question answered, because I'm like, what's going on with her business? But she act like she didn't want to talk about it. I guess it's not going that well, and she says that at the end of the day, she got to pay her people and then take the scraps, and then paying all these legal fees and putting money on Keith's books, and it's just a lot. So I'm like, okay, I get it, I get it. And I'm like, dang, I feel so bad for her, and I'm just like, I don't know, like, I don't know, I feel so bad for her. So she was just talking to her friend about everything that's going on, how she's just so stressed, and I'm like, I see why. Let's pray for her, guys. Then they went over to Hope and Arthur, and his mom was landing on thick, like, but I was expecting him to go back with his mom, but he did tell her, like, I'm staying here with Hope. And I'm like, okay, I respect him for that. He's like, he can't pretend like he didn't leave. Like, he is a man now, and he want to be with Hope. So his mom was like, okay, I understand. Thank you for spending time with me, which I appreciate his mom, giving him the space to, go do what he gonna do. Ain't trying to like pressure him, but then kind of pressure him. But, show him that, she love him. You know what I mean? Like, okay. So it was a good moment to see. And then he went back to the apartment, and Hope was pissed off. She was like, it's the middle of the night. I cooked you dinner. You were not here to eat it. What the hell? And then she feel like he choosing his mama over her. And I'm like, girl, he just chose you over his mama. So she need to calm down. And he got cameras following him everywhere. So if he is doing something, like, you're going to see it. And then wasn't you cheating on him while he was in jail? So, like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like she was just too piped up and not understanding enough. And then he's stressed out because he's trying to please them both. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, I like him. She need to calm down. Yeah. So they come back with Julian and Christine is getting her hair done, and I'm like, okay. And she was talking about how in her jail they used to have like hair dye that you can buy for $5, and I'm like, I wonder if they got that in other jails, because she went to the jail that Martha Stewart went in. So I'm like, she went to the fancy jail. But anyway, she was basically she got her hair done, she looked nice, and then she was in the car, and she was telling Julian how she was upset, and her mom has custody of her oldest son, and then her baby daddy or ex-husband got the custody of the twins that she has. But she went to go take something over and drop it off for her son, but she's not allowed to see her son. So she started like crying and having a breakdown about how, her son is right there and she can't talk to him, see him, take him out to get anything, nothing. And now she has to fly back to where Julian lives, and that's even further away from her kids. So, she's like feeling some type of way. And I don't know, I feel so bad for her. Like, I really feel bad for her. The fact that she was on drugs, reached out for help, and instead of helping her, they took her kids from her, and she dug in deeper. which I can understand why. I don't know. I just feel bad for her. So let's pray for her too. It sounds like these people are going through stuff. So yeah. So they come back with Zariah and Troy, and they make it to the church. Well, they getting ready to go to the church, and his mom, Troy mom, got on headphones, so he's trying to talk to her. She can't even hear him. They get to the church. You know, they dad, Zariah's dad is like super interactive preacher. Like he's super, you know, vibrant, I guess you could say. And Troy's mom is sitting there next to Zariah, talking ish during the sermon, basically laughing the whole time, basically calling him ghetto. I was like, what? Like, Zariah's like, no, you can't say that. Like, she's about to have a whole anxiety attack. She trying to get Troy. Troy's like, what's going on? He laughing. She telling her son get up to go get Troy's mom some tissue because she laughing so hard. She just everywhere. I'm like, the whole thing is a hot mess. It's a hot mess. They should have never invited her. And Zariah is mad, low key, that all this is happening, that his mom's doing all this. But you invited his mom. He did not want his mom to be one of the first people that he saw when he got out of jail, because his mom was not there for him. But he met his mom. Now, you know, his mom is starting to act like she want to be a mom and stuff now. So now he kind of, you know, is a little bit open to it. And now you mad. You don't really want her here. I'm like, you should have never invited her. Like, and now she's bringing in all of the issues. It's like, it's crazy. But then again, I mean, you should have never invited her. So not them ending the episode with True telling Shonta that she used him. She used him for his paper. I'm like, I'm living in another reality right now, because I know we not. When I seen him swiping her card left and right like crazy, and then gave her back $1,000 like that's all she spent. Like, I cannot. And then, so Shonta pack up, basically they come back. Shonta in the bathroom, he come in there, she's talking about leave me alone. She get the rest of her stuff. She get in the car, she leaving, you know what I mean? He coming outside like, so you just gonna use me? You just gonna use me? And she like, looking like, we all looking like, use you for what? And then he gonna tell her, use him for his time to build her up. And that's why she ain't come see him in jail, because she felt like he wasn't gonna like her like that. And I'm just like, this narcissist. Like, I cannot. So she get in the car, you know, she leave or whatever down the street. So then she get in the car, he called his sister and he like, yeah, so I just broke up with Shonta. Like, what? And then he get on there and tell us that when he went to the gym and saw Shorty, he questioned his whole relationship because he knew that it was more females out there in the world. And I'm like, you knew that in prison? Because I'm sure y'all have websites that y'all talk to plenty of people. Like, you know there are plenty of people. Numbers, data can tell you. Ain't it like 7 billion? Is it more females? I know it's like 7 billion men. So is it like more females? Anyways, I'm like, he be playing on people talk. But yeah, he get in there and tell his sister, and his sister like, man, F her. You know what I mean? And I'm like, well, that's kind of messed up, because she was there for your brother, and your brother did just kind of like do her dirty. And then he keep repeating, I don't want you to feel like I used you. I don't want you to feel like I used you. Why? Then to turn around and say, man, you used me. Really? I'm like, I cannot with True. Like, I cannot at all. But then Shonta down the street crying. She called her brother, cousin Benny, whoever he was, crying, telling him, I wish I would listen to you. I wish I would listen to you. So she like hysterically crying. She made it to the stop sign and she down there crying her eyes out. That was the end of the episode, y'all. I kind of do feel bad for Shonta. But then again, I don't. Like, because it's like, girl, we tried to tell you, like, since love during lockup. Like, you should have left him while he was still during, like, in the jail. But it shouldn't even got this far. And now she like, then she was like, she going back to the house that she bought for them to be together, and she ain't got no job, and she just looks stupid. And we like, duh, girl, that's what we've been trying to tell you, Shonta, girl. But she was crying down the street telling her cousin, like, I should have listened, girl, you should listen to us. The flags were waving. The red ones. They were waving. But yeah, that was it. And it looked like it's getting juicy this season, the trailer that they showed, so I don't know why I love this show. I don't know why, but I'll see y'all next week. Thank y'all for watching. I love you guys, the ones that really watch and love me. Even the ones that don't. I love y'all too. And like, share, subscribe. Come on, y'all. Subscribe, like, and share, because I'm trying to build up, you know. Anyways, love you guys.